No.
Hey, Mike. I'm sure you've already seen all the anti-manspreading chair design thing. I'm sure you've it's been all over the internet.
Another manufactured story for people to talk about things.
Well, they interviewed the
This
creator.
is all just like fucking. This is all legit CIA shit.
It's a distraction, man.
No, but it kind of like every month there's just this new thing that everybody suddenly is just organically talking about, and then we have to have all like the trans bathroom thing. This is just a way to cause more fucking division.
Look, Eleanor, you've got to come across a novel solution for a very modern problem.
Whoa. What's Danny DeVito doing there in a wig? I see you, Danny.
She's bought up a bunch of these fucking chairs, and I'm gonna make a bunch of cash. It's just like fucking. It's always
pulls the revolver out.
I invested in these man-spreading chairs, and now we got to get the broads angry at everybody. All right.
Problem.
I love this. It's true, because I think with the gender stuff, people are always talking about things but never doing anything. But this student has come up with a solution to the problem of manspreading.
Manspreading?
Manspreading.
Explain what manspreading is.
Yeah.
Yasmin, thank you for that.
Exactly, that's a perfect demonstration.
Invading someone's space, you're sitting
Why
on the
is
tube
this? Anybody who is
Look how. But no, I understand. But I want you to look at this little fucking this little beta over here, actually sitting with his legs closed on purpose because they know they're gonna go out. Look how close. Like he's got his balls in a vice just to make sure that he's not manspreading. Yeah.
So what's up? Like, what's your problem?
you know, the bus, and you spread out, really, don't you? I mean, I don't think I'm manspreading here. I think this is a normal way to sit.
I think you could still make it a bit better. Come on.
It's true. Come on, give me a bit more space.
You know what? No. But
Ew!
that little playful banter right there is like a modern art. Like that is a fucking statement about current society. No, I think I'm all right. No, more for me.
And then he does it.
Because women are just fucking. This whole culture has become shit.
You've got a massive sofa and you're complaining about me manspreading. This is ridiculous. But we've actually got the chair behind us. So let me bring it out. Here
This has been
and they're celebrating this, man.
Made by Lana Laurel, who studies at the University of Brighton.
Yeah. Okay, so this is to prevent someone manspreading, and it works actually because
it works.
What a cock!
It works.
Look, it's so comfortable.
It's so I could sit here all day.
That looks so. He's sitting on the raised edges.
What if you turn it around and sit the other way though?
That's what everybody's been
doing.
Yeah, okay. Like just fuck it. Like just spin it around. And be like,
if I was to manspread, I would have two bits of wood. Would it be uncomfortable? They're sticking into me, so it forces me to close my legs.
It's improved your posture.
And has it? Yeah. Well, I suppose because I'm higher up as well.
Great idea.
You like it?
It's a great idea.
You know what?
It's a great idea.
I can't wait for Sharia law in your country. I'm serious now.
Give it a couple years, man.
You know what? When Sharia law comes to the UK, when the Muslims take over, at least you fucking people will have some dignity again. Because I at least look at Syrians and I look at Iraqis and I look at Afghanis nowadays as more men than any men in your country.
True.
So maybe if you become a Muslim Sharia law country, I'll be able to look people from the UK in the eye again and consider them men.
Mitch says, it's not a great idea, though. It's fucking tick. We know Mitch.
We have this on the train, shouldn't we?
Oh, somebody says, what if they do Shakira law? Where they all have to listen to Shakira all day. Wyclef is on the track.
We already had Shakira law here in America in the early 2000s.
It didn't work out?
It was terrible.
She was hot, though.
It led to 9/11.
No, that was Limp Bizkit.
Lana Laurel, who actually designed this. Layla, so we actually quite like it. I'm sitting in this...
I actually quite like it.
They're just shills. They're just shills. That's all it is.
I actually quite like it.
I love it. He's great. He's so fantastic.
My husband would probably like it too.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite comfortable. What was the motivation behind this?
Well, men are evil and they shouldn't exist.
But did you see the way he goes, this is very comfortable. Anyway, how did you invent this? Blink, blink, blink.
Yeah.
Like nothing about these people is real.
Nah, it's all manufactured.
So with these chairs, I was just trying to kind of manipulate how people might interact with them and maybe challenge
Well, has
how
anybody told you you're too ugly to do anything? Because I'll say it.
men and women would stereotypically often sit.
And what has the reaction been to them?
Here we go. Well, there's been a lot of misogynists telling me that I'm a stupid whore.
I'm a fat pig and I should kill myself.
I've been called a thought on several occasions.
People have threatened to rape me. All these other things.
And those are just the Muslims.
By the way, none of those things actually happened.
Of course not.
I've had, some really good reactions of the people that I met at the shows and people who sat on the chairs, but
Women.
there has been a lot of backlash online from
Men.
them. So, it's been mixed.
Backlash from men?
Yeah, mostly men.
Look at him helping her out, making sure. Backlash from men? Because we're terrible. We're horrible people. Please tell me how bad I am. Please tell me how bad I am. I need to know that I'm bad.
When did we just start throwing the fight is what I want to know.
I don't know, man. I would say 5-6 years ago.
Like, I still just, maybe I'm a part of a breed that's just going to die off, but I'm always going to be a firm believer in just going, no.
Yeah, no.
Fuck
just no.
you,
I'm
no.
not doing it. Yeah.
You're being unreasonable. Like, there's just a level where, like, I'm a reasonable man. Royce is a reasonable guy. Sometimes we're unreasonable, but for the most part, you could go, hey, move that over there for me. Yeah. But, like, you show me that chair and go, aren't men the worst? I'm going to be like, no. Fuck you. Like, I've done nothing to you.
This chair's the worst.
Yes, this chair is the worst thing to ever happen.
And people online kind of being really rude, telling me that maybe the world would be a better place if I jumped off a tall bridge, which is...
It's good enough for a YouTube star. And he was popular.
Leave your Nintendo Switch behind.
Yes.
Baby.
That's horrendous.
I mean,
That's horrendous.
we're sort of having a laugh
it's
about
not
this
as
and
horrendous as, like, getting raped and acid attacked by some muzzy in your own town, but, whatever.
Where's
right?
that happening at? I've heard of that.
Literally everywhere that these fucks are. By the way, look at the two hosts of the totally British talk show.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
We're sort of having a laugh about this, and I'm sort of chuckling away about the way I sit. But it's really serious that you're getting that sort of reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it was stupid.
But you did it for that reaction. That's why you did it. Like, to pretend
You don't get it, Royce.
to pretend that you didn't do this for the reaction you got is a lie. You thought everyone was going to go, you're right, men are terrible. We should crush our nuts up every time we sit down to make you happy. To make someone who couldn't even brush her hair to be on TV happy.
And by the way,
Put makeup on, you dumb whore.
I don't spread my fucking legs out like I'm getting my ass eaten every time.
No,
I
me
sit
neither.
down in a subway. Like, I'm not that rude. I'm very much a guy that is. I've always been. Look, I grew up in an abusive home with drunks, and they tell you with people like that, they walk softly. They try to keep a very small footprint. They don't like to upset bad situations and make them more explosive, and it starts to apply to every aspect of your life. So yeah, if I get on a train or a plane, I'm always just very like keep my.
Of course,
I don't make eye contact with people. It's just a respect thing. She's acting like we're just all going, like on a plane.
Like
and
sitting
shit.
like Al Bundy.
Who's doing that? Because even if like, and that has nothing to do with men versus women. If I sat next to a man who did that, I'd go, hey, you fucking knock it off. Close your legs a little bit. Relax.
And women are, and it's true. And then the women always put their purses and bags next to them. They take up space too. So this is just another thing to go. Look how terrible men are.
My JetBlue flight that was ruined a couple of weeks ago was ruined by a fat woman.
Yeah,
it was a fat woman who was taking up part of my seat. And if I'd said anything to her, I would have been body shaming. So I don't want to hear it.
Super discouraging and quite hard at the beginning, but I think I'm beginning to realise that when you're tackling social issues or trying to discuss them, especially ones that tend to be quite polarising, such as like gender politics, you do tend to say
building a shitty chair is not discussing social issues. You're doing this for attention so you could be on whatever this shit show is.
That's all it is.
Up on people's toes, and the people that have been messaging me maybe are, a small percentage of the population that, are really the ones that want to spread hate, and so it's maybe not worth having a dialogue with them.
You designed a chair, and we've turned it into a dialogue about hate speech.
Yeah,
see what I mean?
you designed.
Don't tell me that this entire thing is in a manufactured psyop that they. Who? First of all, I just saw again 1,000 of these. totally organic news stories about this woman who won an award, a design award for a chair thing. But
Oh, yeah.
they never tell you what award or what it is, and they all have the same language in every blog. These are made up stories that people push on us.
Well, imagine if I decided to make this very same chair, but my reason was this chair's for women so they keep their legs closed so they're not whores. Do you think that they would go, wow, that's a great, of course, you're body shaming. If a woman wants to have her snatch out, she should be able to have her snatch out. So it's not even about the chair. It's about the stupid commentary you're trying to make that men are fucking terrible because we take up more room than women. Fine, maybe we do. Women talk more than men, and we have to put up with that. There's a give and take. There's always been a give and take in between genders. There's always been one. I know you're trying to muddle it by having 36 of them, but do you know what I mean? There was a give and take. It's like, hey, man, I'll open the pickle jar, but if times get rough and you gotta handle the neighbor. You tell your wife you gotta handle the neighbor. I'll cut the lawn, but you gotta handle the neighbor. Yeah. Like there's always a give and take. There's if a man sits down because he has balls, his legs are gonna be spread apart. But under that same understanding, under that same rules, if a woman walks in and there's no seats, the man's gonna get up and let the woman sit. You know what I mean? Like there's always been this like general back and forth and understanding that you're trying to destroy. You're trying to make it like men shouldn't get up if a pregnant woman walks into a fucking train. Like they should. That's something you should. If an old man walks in, you get up.
But this is what I mean. This chick's definitely not a designer or an engineer. She's some marketing rep, or she works on some marketing thing. This is all a thing that they're doing to create more division, to make people argue. And just like Roy said, I can't like with the chair, close your legs because you're a whore, or fuck that. Just talking about fat women. I can't body shame women or I'm being a dick. But fat women would take up, or even fat men, but you can fat shame men and they don't usually bitch and moan. But if I have a fat woman next to me on a flight or in a subway, her lifestyle choices are now affecting my quality of life. Like, but you don't have any respect for that. We're not worried about that. We're just worried about dudes that open their legs a little too much. Like, how about if a guy's really spreading like nuts, you just go, hey, you give me a little room here, I got some bags.
And they'll do it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Be nice about it. And if you don't at them like some autistic spurg, a lot of times, like, you know how many times I've been unaware that I was doing something rude and somebody goes, excuse me, could you? And you're like, oh, fuck, I didn't even know that was in your way. My bad. I spaced out. You know what I mean? That's all, right? How many times have you been in somebody's way and went, oh shit, I didn't even realize that. I'm sorry, man.
You know what else this is?
That's all it is.
This is another example also of these problems that this manspreading thing is probably a problem in London if you're taking the train, or in New York, or in San Francisco, a place. But manspreading isn't a problem in most of the planet. Like manspreading isn't an issue in the fucking Iowa because people have cars. Like I have my own car. Manspreading's never a problem. I'm sitting in my own seat. I sit however the fuck I want in my seat. These are again. These tiny little things that are tiny problems because you chose to live in a city where you have to be you chose to be in a city where you have to be squeezed around other people and take public transportation. Then instead of going, oh man, I made a mistake. I'm claustrophobic. I shouldn't be living here. You go, no, it's the men's testicles that are the problem. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like this isn't an issue in the Midwest. In Utah, nobody's complaining about manspreading. You know what I mean? Like you could go down the list. And if you drive 40 miles from London in any direction, that's not a problem to them. Because people own cars, and if you really have a problem being around people, put yourself in a situation where you're not around them. I understand going on flights, that's something that's going to happen, and I get it. But even still on flights, it's pretty difficult to manspread because there's a barrier between you and them. But it's manufactured garbage.
But that's why you don't go on Spirit like we watched that one video of. You go on fucking JetBlue, and that way when your flight is over, just like I did, you go quietly and very politely. You go up to the lady when you touch down at the desk, and you go, look, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but they sat me next to a rather large woman. And I mean, it was my whole flight. I was just squeezed off to the side. Can we do something about this? And a lot of times they'll just throw like 1,000 points on you in your True Blue miles, and you're like, all right, that's cool. Next time, eventually I'll get a free flight out of the deal. They won't give you a whole fucking voucher, but they'll be like, yeah, we'll throw some points on your shit. That's all. You don't have to turn it into a cultural warfare thing. You just
Right.
you just got to know how to go up to somebody and go, "Hey, look, we make that right. Hey, thank you so much." I don't know why life is so like I'm an angry guy. So is he. But these people carry this deep-rooted, not so much anger, but like a weird bitterness, like they're owed something. Like, I'm angry and you're angry. Guess what? We're just going to be angry because life's terrible. But at no point am I like, I'm angry. I'm owed something from society. And that's what I don't get. You're not owed anything, you dumb, goofy bitch.
And she really is a goofy-looking bitch.
And that, you know, are really the ones that want to spread hate, and so it's maybe not worth having a dialogue with them.
So on the flip side, you won an award, didn't you? So
I did.
You know that puts all the abuse aside.
The Belmont
Well,
Award.
congratulations. That's amazing. You
Thank
must
you
have felt
so
really.
much.
What award? I'm sorry. What award? I want to hear.
Belmont Stakes? Did
No,
she win the Belmont Stakes? Is she a horse? She kind of looks like a horse.
She could be a horse.
Abuse aside.
The Belmont
Well,
Award.
congratulations.
The Belmont Award?
You should have said you was a horse.
Belmont Award. Belmont Award. New faces of British designed the Belmont Award.
And how long has that been around?
Designed to be different. Wait a second. The Belmont Award.
What is it, Royce? I bet it's very
New
prestigious.
faces of British design. The Belmont Award is just a site that not only sells furniture, but also destination ideas, offers.
Hey,
That's
guys,
what it does.
They sell furniture. They sell travel packages.
Yeah.
They sell cryptocurrency. It's very weird. There's
No,
a lot,
really, that's
there's
what it
a lot
is.
going on this website. I knew it was bullshit.
Yeah, it's a made up thing. So people go, "What is the Bel?" So do what I just did right now. What is the Belmont Award? I gotta check it out.
That's why whenever I knew it was bullshit because in the article it said wins a design award, and I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck what award you won unless that award has a name. There's certain awards that I go, oh wow, Royce won an Emmy. I know what that is. You know what I mean? So Royce wouldn't write, check out Daywave with the award-winning host Royce Lopez. You'd go, hey, check out Daywave with daytime Emmy award winner
exactly.
Royce Lopez. They knew Belmont Award winner was nothing.
Yeah, Belmont. Okay, so here's what
This was. You know what this is? This is Belmont. This company is using wokeness and paying money for advertising. They're paying money and they're using wokeness as a premise to advertise.
All right, so this is the site Belmont. I'm gonna go to the about here. The Wonderful World of Belmont. Our story. It all began in 1976 when we received the keys to the legendary Belmont Hotel. It's a hotel. It's a hotel chain. Look, this is what they have: hotels, trains, river cruises, safaris, restaurants, packages, and tours.
So rich white woke people
Yeah.
going on safaris and pretending to care about
and also
Chinese kids.
corporate social responsibility. So it's just some corporation that's like you said, they're using this wokeness to get people to listen. Do you want to go on a river cruise?
I mean, yes, but not with them.
Not with them. Okay.
Can I be honest with you? Because I've been talking about getting out of here for a couple days. I'm thinking, hear me out on this. Shitty ass Biloxi, Mississippi.
You say that. I've been to Biloxi. It's pretty dope.
Casinos. It is. Well, I mean, because Biloxi is a shithole.
No, but I've stayed there a
like
couple times.
It's like any resort town now. There's that strip, and you go, wow, this is nice. But just don't go into like
Yeah.
where the locals in Biloxi live. It's like white Haiti.
Yeah.
But